friends, welcome back to the channel again, Code with me. So friends, this is another interesting topic about interview tips and tricks. So this video will be very helpful for the people who is trying to get into this dream company. So friends, I assure you that if you follow these 5 steps, so that you will be able to crack any interview. It might be MNC or startups. No matter how tough the interview is, if you follow these steps, what I'm going to explain right now, I'm going to assure you that you might get into one of the well-known MNC companies that you even dreamed of. So okay, so friends, before directly jumping to the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell button so that you'll be never missing my new updates. So friend, this video is all about for the fresher who is trying to gather some information regarding the best interview tips. Okay, so obviously you guys are completely aware now the pandemic is going on. Obviously everything is under online interview taking goes on in the Zoom meeting or Google Cloud, whatever it may be. So all the interviews going on in the online via face cameras. Obviously I assume you guys are completely aware about that. So in this video I'm going to explain you the 5 best tips that you have to be apply to you if you want to give an interview. So if you follow these 5 steps which I'm going to say right now, I'm going to assure you that you'll be having the confidence enough to beat any interview. Okay, even if it be a startup, MNC or multinational or international company itself. Okay, so let's directly jump to the video, friends. So first tip I'm going to assure you is presentation. What is presentation, friends? Obviously what happens, the scenario, this is how exactly happens. You will receive a call from the company and you will receive an interview letter. Please give your interview on this particular date. So during the meantime you do carry a lot of time between them. During the meantime what we will do, we will study, you watch some videos regarding the tutorial tips. We also gather information regarding the history of the organization which we are giving an interview. So until the interview date comes, we will be ready enough to give interview to the company. So when you hit to the organization, you can see there is a lot of candidates sitting for the interview. Okay, if you go to any interview, friends, I assume there will be more than 2 or 3 candidates who came to the interview. Each one you, some of them has worked even more harder than you. Some have experience, some are fresher, some are knowledgeable. Okay, each candidate have their own perspectives and their own skill sets. Okay, so presentation in the sense, friends, it all depends on how you present yourself to the interviewer. Okay, so in the interview you have to prove yourself that you are capable enough than the rest of the candidates who is sitting outside waiting for the interview. You should show yourself and you should present yourself much better than the rest of the candidates who is sitting inside. Example, friends, assume there is a sales guy who has came to your door. Okay, so what he will do, in order to sell his product, he will explain the every in-depth feature regarding the product in order to make sure that you will purchase his product. Like the same way, it's your responsibilities to explain the every in-depth feature about yourself to the interviewer. So what happens, the interviewer will feel curious about to know. Okay, what happens, once he felt curious, he will start to ask more questions about you. That is a good sign. So first and foremost tip I would recommend you is presentation. Please make sure that you give every single feature about yourself to the interview. Please do not miss, because in interview every single matters. So it all depends on how you present yourself in interview. Okay. Second, the second tip I'm gonna explain about tips, you need to have is unique feature. Obviously, friends, as I explained before, what is this unique feature? So when you hit the organization door, you can see there is a lot of candidates who are sitting for the same interview which you are trying to give today. Okay, so assume there are 50 people giving an interview. There is only one position left. Okay, among 50 you are also one of them. Okay, so if the interview wants to hire you among the 50 of the candidates, so you need to carry a unique feature which is not present in the rest of the 50 candidates. It might be your skill, it might be your achievements, it might be your hobbies, or it might be an attribute that is completely unwanted to the organization, or that is not at all needed to the organization. But if even if that particular feature or unique abilities is not has nothing to do with the organization, you will be having a plus point among the 50 of the candidates who is sitting there. Okay, so that is one of the most important attribute you guys to have in mind. You need to possess a unique abilities which is not present in the rest of the candidates who is giving interview. Okay, so number 3 is, friends, boldness. Tip number 3, I said before, is boldness. What is this boldness? Obviously, friends, what happens when the interview is going on, when the interview is going on, in-depth information, some people try to murmur, mesmerize, or stammer. Some people even sweat also. And please make sure you completely avoid these hot tubs. Be bold enough, because the person who is taking an interview is also a human. He's not an alien, or he's not trying to interrogate you. He's not trying to mesmerizing your mind. He's just taking an interview. He just want to have few conversation regarding what kind of person you are, whether you are capable enough to perform the organization task if it is assigned to you. He's trying to check. Okay, he's not trying to interrogate you. He's not going to kill you or whatever it may be. Please make sure that you are not afraid of the interview. Okay, so that is one of the most important thing. Number 4, friends, tip number 4 is attitude. Obviously, what happens when the interviewer feel confused about you, he will ask the same question in a different way, and make sure your answer should be always one. First, if you say yes, and if you say no, the interviewer will feel that you are not confident about yourself. Obviously, if I ask you a question, obviously you don't know the answer. Some people lie. They say I know, and later that when they ask question about themselves, obviously they will be not knowing the answer. So in the interviews, speaking about the attitude, friends, make sure your answer is only one. If you know the answer, say yes. If you don't know, say no. Or if you don't like to say no, say it as, if you give me an opportunity, I'll be surely glad enough to learn that particular concept, and will get back on the track very soon. So this is the attitude you must possess in the interview. Okay, I'm not trying to say that please saying no to every single thing, you will be completely not selected for the interview. Okay, and please make sure you give your best enough. Okay, if the particular question is completely not into you, or completely out of syllabus from your particular skill set that you came to sitting in the interview, that's fine. If you say no, I don't know for the 10 of one question, that's completely acceptable. But if you're saying no for the 10 of the 10 question, that's completely not acceptable. Okay, so friends, please do make sure that you carry only one answer, saying yes and no, and later that maybe later. So these kind of 2-3 answers for single question, what happens here, the interviewer will feel that you are not confident about yourself. If you are not confident about yourself, the people, obviously the interviewer will think that you will not be confident enough the task that will be assigned to you. What happens, unfortunately, you will be rejected. Please make sure you have a good attitude towards the interview. Tip number 5. Tip number 5 is obviously your skill sets. If your skill set, even if you're a fresher or experienced, make sure the particular interview that you are given. Obviously, if you're giving an interview, obviously the interview check your the positive skill set. I mean, the main assets that he needs to know about you. I mean, your skill set. So any question asked based upon your skill set, you must be capable enough to answer the question. And please make sure giving a unique answer or something related answer does not work in the interview. Okay, as I explained before, every single thing matters in the interview. And please make sure enough that your skill set should be strong enough to answer any questions. No matter what kind of question he throws about you must be capable enough to answer that question. Okay, so friends, these are 5 tips that you have to possess in order to give an interview. By following these steps, friends, I assure you that you will be capable enough to giving interview to any company, no matter how big it is, how small package, how big package it is. And one last thing, good luck if you're giving an interview. Okay, if you like this video, make sure hit like, share and subscribe, and I'm completely assume that this video is quite helpful for you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day.